Alright, so I finished watching Beast, and I would say that this is probably one of the best examples of going to see a movie at matinee price. And honestly, for me, I saw it in the Saturday National Cinema Day, where it was only $3. And for $3, I would say this movie is worth it because this movie is just ridiculous popcorn fun. I guess that's the best way to put it. Now, if you've seen the trailers, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know what kind of movie this is, and you know it's been out for like 2 weeks already. So I'm sure those who have seen it have already seen it. But I would say that my theater was pretty packed, probably because it was the whole National Cinema Day, and it was probably $3 just to watch this movie. But yeah, this movie is really Idris Elba taking on the line. That's what it advertised. That's what you're gonna get, and for what we got, it was actually pretty fun. I would say the biggest pet peeve is something that I was already aware of going into this movie, so it helped because I had my expectations very low when it came to at least one of the daughter characters. You know, pretty much the story is Idris Elba is trying to take his daughters on a little vacation with his friend, who's played by Sharlto Copley, which is a phenomenal actor. I love Sharlto Copley. I hope we get to see him more in just anywhere, really, TV shows, movies. Please give us more Sharlto Copley. And really, he didn't do much in this movie. Well, he was in this movie quite a bit, a lot longer than I thought he would be in it. So that was very enjoyable. But just his presence alone was fun to watch. It was entertaining. There was a good chunk of the movie where he was there, but he wasn't really doing much. And even just having him there made the movie a lot better. But I would say Idris Elba, I mean, the guy's just a charismatic guy. He's very entertaining. He's fun to watch. Even when he knows he's in a movie like this where it's just popcorn fun, he's given it his all. And even the acting, there's just sometimes where he kind of really has to give this believable act of like pretty much doing a sad scene where he's really giving all the emotions, and he really goes for it, just like any other movie. And I respect that. You know, even though he knows this is a ridiculous movie and this isn't what people came to see, I'm gonna deliver and I'm gonna give people what they came to see. Acting wise, you know, I'm gonna give them 110% regardless of what movie I'm in, and I respect that. Now, the plot itself, yes, they, you know, on a vacation, there's an angry lion out there, and now it's Idris Elba having to protect his family from an angry lion. And I would say, yeah, that's really what this movie is. They don't try to go anything fancier than that, and if that's what you want to see, then you are gonna have a blast because that's what you get. It's a quick 90-minute movie, and I would say it actually does feel a little bit longer than 90 minutes. I was kind of thinking like, this is supposed to be 90 minutes, right? Am I wrong? Like, I thought it was 90 minutes, but it actually is 90 minutes, and it did feel a little longer because I believe there was many one takes. And I love one takes. They're fun. Obviously, I think, you know, they're hard, you know, to film, and when you get to see them, they're great. And you know, you put like a lot more respect towards the filmmakers for deciding to make one takes. But I would say some of them were a bit unnecessary. Some of the one takes we get were just one takes for the sake of, you know, being a one take. And that kind of, after a while, kind of noticed like, okay, how many one takes are we gonna do? Some of them were really cool, you know, having to deal with like the line and just keeping an eye out for wherever the line's at. But other ones, they were kind of just walking around a house or just a small little shed somewhere, and you think, okay, you know, I don't need all this. You know, even with these one takes, the movie's still an hour and a half. So if you took away some of these one takes, then the movie probably would have been even shorter. So maybe that's why they did one takes, or maybe the director just thought it would be fun to just start shooting a bunch of one takes. I don't know, but they were nice. I always love one takes, but I just think, you know, too much of something good is bad, and I think this is where that plays in, you know, with the one takes. Now, what I was prepared for was an annoying daughter, and the funny thing is, actually, the younger daughter I actually really enjoyed. She was like, I found her to be very funny. I think she was a good character at like pointing out the obvious, like the stuff we should do. And I don't know, just coming from like a younger person, I just find it funny being in a way like next to Idris Elba, the smart one. I don't know, there's something humorous about that. But the older daughter, now while I would say acting wise, I think everybody really just had a good time and gave it their all acting wise. Sharlto Copley, Idris Elba, and I don't know the two daughters' names, but they both did a really good job. So the problem wasn't the actors themselves. It was just the script that they were given, and it was the oldest daughter. She made some of the dumbest choices stuff that made everybody roll their eyes. I could even hear it in my movie theater, you know, because the movie was out for about 2 weeks. People were a little more talkative than they would be opening night, and everybody was just saying what I was thinking, really. Like, don't do that, don't do that, don't make that movie, that's stupid, that's ridiculous. And of course she would do something like that. I think the good thing about that is the fact that I was prepared for it. With all the reviews I saw prior and the fact that it took me so long to watch this movie, I knew what I was getting myself into with the oldest daughter. I knew from the start of the movie she's going to be pissing me off. So whenever she did something stupid, it didn't really bother me as much because, you know, I had it in the back of my head. So going in with those expectations, it didn't bother me as much. The movie, it's just 90-minute action. I would say that last action scene, Idris Elba should have died. And the CGI was a little wonky towards that because that's when you really got the line and the most up front and you got to really see the line take up, you know, most of the screen. Yeah, the CGI was a bit wonky, but really, this is you know what you're getting yourself into with this movie. So I would say I enjoyed it. Knowing about the daughter ahead of time really helped because that is one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate when characters make dumb decisions. It always bothers me. But because I knew it ahead of time, it didn't bother me as much this time, thank God. And yeah, I had a really good time. Sharlto Copley, it was just so much fun. I really enjoyed watching Sharlto Copley. And yeah, would I recommend watching this movie? Yeah, I'd recommend watching this movie when it's like $1 Redbox, which I don't think anybody uses Redbox anymore. But really, just go watch this movie when it's free, when it's on a streaming service, when it gets thrown on Netflix. I wouldn't even pay matinee price, the regular matinee price, because obviously I only paid $3 for it. But regular matinee price, I wouldn't even pay that. I would really just wait for it to be on streaming and just go out and stream it. And that's not really a bad thing because you just know what kind of movie it is. So it's a movie that deserves to be watched on a smaller screen, even though it's always enjoyable to watch a movie on the big screen. But yeah, Beast was fun. Beast was fine. It was exactly what I was expecting. And honestly, I don't think anybody's going to be talking about it within a couple of months or weeks, really, or maybe days. But yeah, that's what I thought about Beast. And thanks for watching.